Darkness has always been a part of my life. I spent more time running from it, thinking if there was enough distance between us, I wouldn't have to worry about being consumed by it. It always caught up. I couldn't understand what I was doing wrong. Why can't I be happy? Why am I so desperate to die? Why am I always reaching for something else instead of embracing what I already have, what I've already done? I've tried to befriend it, yet a part of me still despised it, still wished it would go away and never come back. Haven't I suffered enough? I want to live life, not just tolerate it. I've been on more medications than I can count, and the symptoms of my mind started to manifest in my body. Yet I kept running. I thought it was something I had to conquer instead of understanding, giving it space, letting it breathe, letting it feel, letting it exist without criticism. I eventually started learning lessons. Pills infinitely harder to swallow than any antidepressant or antipsychotic. As I finally grasped concepts that I knew I wanted to understand, yet remained elusive, I couldn't help but think, what if? What if I learned these earlier? What if I stayed on those meds, even though they felt like a death sentence instead of a remedy? What if I believed in myself this whole time? What if I had a backbone that I have now? I could go on and on. But fantasizing of what my life could have been, or what it should have been, doesn't help. I can't change the past, even though there's a part of me that still clings to it. I don't want to discount it, as I wouldn't be who I am today without all that. But I definitely don't want to wallow on it. Even as I got better, and my mindset shifted, and I finally started to believe that maybe I'm not as terrible as I think I am, I still didn't feel any better. I've tried this before, and every time I still fell back into that pit I thought I finally crawled out of. This time was different. I really don't know what changed. Was it finally finding the right meds? Was it accepting that as much as I needed help, it was up to me to save myself? Or maybe every time I wanted to give up, I told myself, I can try again tomorrow, which was never a part of my vocabulary before. I would write it off as failure, even though I used said failure to not try again. Maybe I just need to be a little stronger. Maybe I need to try a little bit harder. Be more disciplined. Push through even when I'm about to break. I would say in a roundabout way those do work, but not in the way I initially thought. I'm stronger in a sense that I don't bully the part of myself that needs care. I don't need to overpower the parts of me I thought were weak. I don't need to try harder. I just need to find out what works for me. I don't need to be disciplined. I need to be consistent. And the only thing about consistency is showing up. That's one thing I can always do for myself. Show up. Listen to my woes. Tend to my wounds. Even if I can't get myself to do something that day, I can try again tomorrow. Or when doing it won't be the straw that breaks the camel's back. That's another thing. Everything I ever thought would break me didn't. It hurt like hell. I would never deny that. The pain was often unbearable, but instead of stuffing it down, I let it out. I was gentle with myself. I treated myself in the way I needed others to, but I didn't know how to ask for it. It's okay to feel that way. I know it hurts, but we will get through this. This is a lot to deal with. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not a bad person. A bad person wouldn't worry if they were or not. It felt silly, but I'd like to think that it worked. When I learned that as much as I wanted comfort from someone else, it feels horrific to actually receive it. Being hugged, being held, it felt empty instead of full. That I felt safer falling apart in solitude, working through things by myself. That as much as I wanted to talk about things, it only made me feel worse. That kept me in limbo for what felt like forever. But maybe it wasn't limbo. Maybe it was a cocoon. Despite everything, all the trauma, the heartache, every reason to give up, I still kept going. I still wanted more for myself. I still wanted to be better for my own happiness. Because I deserve to be happy. I deserve to live life. I deserve to wake up and look forward to my day instead of dissociating until bedtime. I'm at the end of an era where escapism was the name of the game, where I disrespected myself every chance I could, when I couldn't imagine a future where I was alive, let alone thriving. As time moves forward, I'm finding closing doors I let stay cracked for far too long. If it was meant for me, it will find a way back into my life. My heart still hurts, but I can put a name to it. I miss my friends. I miss having a purpose. I miss my sweet angel Safi, who spent the last decade keeping me more sane than any med ever could, who passed away almost exactly 10 years after we met, who in her last week of life only wanted cuddles. As much as I feel endlessly guilty about my ability to care for her, I know I loved her more than I loved myself. That even though we were both anxious, we helped each other not to be. I thought losing her would also be the death of me. Maybe it's the new era. Maybe it's a more regulated nervous system. Maybe it's actually feeling hopeful for once in my life. Safi gave me life for so many years. She gave me support and a light in my life I didn't know I needed. 10 years of darkness, illness, pain, confusion, barely staying afloat. It's like she's saying, we got this far together. I know you can keep going. I don't know how to explain it, since no words seem to do her justice. But if there is one reason to keep going, it's for her. I miss her so much, but it feels like a disservice to give up now.